Day 4 is where window functions become truly analytical. This is a kind of SQL used in fraud detection, customer behavior analysis, monitoring dashboards, CDC pipelines, and real-time analytics system. Imagine this: you are analyzing user transactions, and your manager asks, compare every transaction with previous one, or find sudden spikes in activity. Traditional SQL struggles here because SQL normally treats rows independently. That's exactly why functions like lag and lead exist. Lag lets you access data from previous rows without using self-joins. Think about how powerful that is. You can compare today versus yesterday, current event versus previous event, or current price versus older price. Here is what SQL is doing. Rows are sorted by date, then for every row, lag pulls the sales value from the previous row. This is heavily used in trend analysis, growth calculations, and anomaly detection. Lead is simply the opposite of lag. Instead of looking backward, lead looks forward. It lets SQL access the next row's value. This is super useful in event processing. Example, current event, next event, session transactions, customer journey analysis. SQL can now peek ahead into future rows. First value. First value returns the first value inside the window. Example, first purchase, first login, first transaction, first event. This becomes extremely useful in customer behavior analysis. Last value. Last value returns the last value inside the window, but that is a catch. Without defining a proper frame, last value often confuses beginners because SQL may only look up to the current running totals. Instead of calculating one final sum, SQL continuously keeps adding values row by row, perfect for revenue tracking, bank balances, and KPI dashboards. Here is what happens internally. Row 1, total starts. Row 2, SQL adds previous total plus current row. Row 3, continues accumulating. This creates a cumulative running total. Moving averages smooth out noisy data. Instead of analyzing one row alone, SQL calculates averages across nearby rows. This is heavily used in finance, monitoring systems, time series analytics, and forecasting. Observe this query. This tells the SQL take the current row plus the previous two rows, then calculate the average. As the rows move forward, the window also moves forward. That's why it's called a moving average.